Very good morning, children. In yesterday's class, you learned about the activity. So that is movement of materials across the solutions. You learned. So what you have learned in that? So dry kishmish you have taken and you kept it in beaker containing tap water. So after time, half an hour time it is completed. What will be your observation? Means the water from the beaker entered into the kishmish, whichever is kept in water. So you observe that swollen kishmish, is it not? Then same swollen kishmish, when it is kept in a beaker containing saturated sugar solution, what will be your observation? What was your observation? Means slowly the swollen kishmish, it shrinks. Why? Because the water content whichever is present in the kishmish is entered into that solution. Is it clear to children? Saturated sugar solution. Means in both the activities what you are learning, what is that common factor you are observing? Movement of water. Is it not? So in one way, first 2A, that is where kishmish is kept in beaker containing tap water. So water entered into the dry kishmish through that outer covering of the kishmish. Is it not? And in the second activity, the swollen or the bulged kishmish with more and more water content whichever is present in that, when it is kept in the saturated solution, what you have observed? The water is left from the kishmish so that it shrinks. That was your observation. Is it not, children? So here in the same way, the cells in the living system which are covered with cell membrane. You know that cell is covered by the outer membrane, which we call it as a cell membrane. Cell membrane, and this cell membrane is allowing the material. Here water. So we are talking about here water, no children? We are learning about water. So the entry or exit of water, inside or outside the cell is happening through the cell membrane. Is it clear to children? So that you learned. So now the cells which are present in the cell membrane, they have the capability of allowing the materials or the water to enter inside the cell or to leave out of the cell. Is it clear to children? So now that one is called as what is that? That is making plasma membrane as a permeable membrane. Is it clear to you? So now let us learn some other activity, how the process of that entry of water or exit of water is happening through another activity. Let us learn that one. So now what we have to do to prove the water getting inside or getting out of the cell. So for that what we have to do? We have to take two potatoes. One is raw and other one is boiled potato. Then we have to remove the peels, outer peel, and we have to cut the potato into scoop. Is it clear to you? We have to cut the potato into scoop. Just like a cup like structure we have to cut. Is it clear to children? So then what we have to do? In this scoop, we have to fill it with the sugar solution, and the potato scoop whichever is having sugar solution, we have to keep it in a plate which contains water. So here water is there in the plate. So in that plate we are going to keep the scoop which contains potato scoop which contains sugar solution. Is it clear to you? Understood? So inside the scoop, sugar solution is there. Here water is present in the plate. Potato scoop with the sugar solution. And we have to note down the level of the sugar solution with the help of a All-Pin. Is it clear to you? So now we put here All-Pin and we have noted the level of the sugar solution in the potato scoop. Is it clear to children? Then what we have to do? We have to leave this setup as it is for half an hour, 1 hour. We can keep it like that. Then we have to observe what is happening. What will be your observation? So for that, what you are learning here, take 2 potatoes. One is raw and other one is boiled. Okay. Then we have to remove the outer peel of potatoes. We have to make a potato scoop like this, and in both of them we are going to fill them with a sugar solution whichever is saturated. Okay. Then this scoop, potato scoop with sugar solution, we are going to keep in a plate containing water, bowl containing water. And we have to note down the level of sugar solution in the potato scoop with the All-Pin by piercing it, and we have to keep the setup as it is without disturbance for 1 hour or half an hour or 1 hour. Then what will be our observation? What is going to happen here? Means you can do this activity at home and you can know your result also, children. So now after the time period it is over, we can see the level of sugar solution in the potato scoop it increased. Is it clear to you? But how it is happening here? The cells which are present in this potato scoop, through that the water from the plate of a beaker, it is going to enter, so that it is showing you that there is an increase in the level of water in this sugar solution in the potato scoop. So same thing is going to happen with the boiled potato also. Is it clear to children? Then next what we have to do? We have taken here potato scoop, and here potato scoop with sugar solution we have taken. In the plate we have taken water. Okay. When water is taken in the plate, the water is entering into the potato scoop, so that here the level of solution whichever is given, it is increasing. That you have observed. So now what we have to do here, instead of sugar solution, simply we are taking here water. We are taking water, and the potato scoop with water we are going to keep in a plate or beaker where it contains the sugar solution. It contains the sugar solution. Is it clear to you? Here in the first one, inside the potato scoop we have taken sugar solution. In the second activity you are taking sugar solution in the plate or in the beaker, water in the beaker. Here sugar solution in a beaker or plate. Okay, and this potato scoop we are going to keep where it contains the water. Okay, so now we are noting down here the level of water. So now what we have taken here in the plate, we have taken here sugar solution. In the potato scoop we have taken water. And now we are going to mark the level of water here also with the pen. So after that what we have to do, we have to leave that setup as it is, and after the time duration is over, if we see what will be your observation in the first activity where the plate which contains water and potato scoop which contains sugar solution, there is a rise in the level of sugar solution in potato scoop you are observing. So the water is moving into the potato scoop. Have you followed? In the second activity, the water from the potato scoop is moving to the, leaving into the sugar solution where it is present in the beaker. So what will happen to the level of water here? The level of water is going to be just decreasing in the potato scoop. In both the activities, the movement of water is happening. Not only the movement of water is happening. From where to where? From low concentration to higher concentration. Here which is having concentration here? Whether the water or the sugar solution. Already we learned saturated sugar solution. So in the first one we have taken saturated sugar solution in the potato scoop. Whereas in the second activity we have taken saturated sugar solution in the plate. Is it not, children? In both water is taken. Is it not? So water is at low concentration level and the sugar solution is having more and more concentration. That you have to remember. So how that entry of water or exit of water is happening? Through the cells which are present in the potato scoop. Here we are using a potato which is said to be boiled or the raw potato we are using. Okay. So now here this leaving or the entry of water is happening through the cells, means the cells which contain the outer membrane, which we call it as a plasma membrane. Plasma membrane. Okay. Now this point you have to remember, the entry or exit of water through the plasma membrane, very important point. Through plasma membrane, how that movement is taking place? From low concentration to higher concentration. This point you have to remember. Is it clear to you? Low concentrated water is always moving towards high concentration of that sugar solution we are taking here. Is it clear to you? So now here the movement of water is taking place from low to high. Through which? Through the plasma membrane. Is it clear to you? So that one we call it as a osmosis. Osmosis. Is it clear to you? So define the term osmosis means what? You have to write the movement of water molecules from low concentration to higher concentration. Through which? Through plasma membrane. So all living cells they have plasma membrane or not? So through that plasma membrane, the movement of water is going to happen. Is it clear to children? So that one we call it as here the process called osmosis. Is it clear to you? So osmosis is a Greek word and that means push or pushing. So till now you learned about this osmosis process, how it is happening through plasma membrane. So osmosis is a process of movement of water from low concentration to higher concentration through plasma membrane. That is osmosis. So osmosis is taken from Greek language which means pushing. So in the same manner, in the living system, the cells are also allowing water to enter through or other materials to enter inside the cell or exit of the cell. It is happening. Materials or water is entering or exiting is happening. Is it clear to you? So now how that process is happening through the living cells, that we are going to discuss with some other activity. So movement of materials through the cell in the living system, how it is happening, let us learn with this activity. So for that we are in need of two beakers Okay. So in one beaker we are taking wheat or rice flour. Wheat or rice flour we have taken in one beaker and we filled it with water. Is it clear? So we have taken a beaker. So in that beaker we have taken wheat or rice flour, atta we call, and we have filled it with water. And when we stir it, we got rice solution or rice flour solution or wheat flour solution we got. Okay. Now what we have to do? So we have to arrange the setup. So we have to take a tray stand. One beaker we have to keep on the stand, and to this stand we are going to arrange a funnel. We are going to arrange a funnel. So this is with the help of stand we have fixed this funnel, and the beaker which contains wheat flour or rice flour solution, it is there now, that we have to pour here. So before we pour this solution into the beaker, we have to keep a tissue paper or blotting paper in the funnel. Is it clear to you? So we have taken a stand and we arranged this apparatus like this. Beaker we put and we fixed this funnel, and the funnel is inserted with a blotting paper or tissue paper or a fine cloth, cotton cloth also we can use instead of that, and this funnel we kept in the beaker like this. Now whatever the beaker which contains rice flour or wheat flour, we have to pour here. So we are going to pour this solution here into the funnel. So now what will be our observation? So now if we pour this solution here, so completely, only here we are going to observe the liquid content is collected here, and after some time we are going to observe some residue. Residue means which is not just reached this beaker, okay, which is collected in the tissue paper or on the cloth. It will be observed as it is. So now here we are pouring this solution, rice flour or wheat flour solution, and in the funnel we arranged this cloth or cotton cloth or tissue paper, then beaker. This is a beaker with solution. Okay. So now through this tissue paper, we only that solution is collected in the beaker and the residue is left over as it is. So what do we call? What you can understand with that means some materials are going to be passing through that and they are collected, and some of the materials they are not collected. They are not sent through. They are not allowed. Is it clear? Is it clear here in this activity? So now what you can with that means in the same manner in the living system the cells are also allowing certain materials to pass through and certain materials not. Okay, they are not allowed or they are passing through. Which plasma membrane? So now you please tell here which is acting as a plasma membrane. Here the cotton cloth or tissue paper which we have kept in the funnel is acting as a plasma membrane. Is it not? Plasma membrane or selectively permeable membrane, that is cell membrane. So cell membrane or plasma membrane. So this cotton cloth or tissue paper is acting as a cell membrane or what is that plasma membrane. It is allowing certain materials to pass through, and it is not allowing certain materials through that membrane. So now the residue is collected here in the funnel itself, and only the liquid content it is collected in the beaker. Is it clear to you? So now here this whichever is collected here, it is called as a filtrate. Have you followed? Then so in the same manner here, what is happening here? That plasma membrane. So we can understand what is the nature of plasma membrane with this activity. So what you can understand with this activity? So how that plasma membrane is acting? How that plasma membrane is going to work? So if we see, it allows water to pass through. So this plasma membrane allows water to pass through. The plasma membrane is allowing only water to pass through. Then allows certain materials which are dissolved. Is it clear to you? So the plasma membrane is having the capability of allowing materials which are getting dissolved in water or any other solvent. So such type of materials only are going to be allowed to pass through. If they are not dissolved, then they will never be allowed. So that here the residue, whatever it is collected, it is not getting dissolved. Suppose if you take sugar solution, continuously it will be collected here. Even if we use cotton cloth or filter paper. But we are using here rice flour. Is it not, children? Rice or wheat flour we have used. So that rice or wheat is said to be the examples of starch. So starch is said to be insoluble in water. It is not dissolved. Is it clear? So that undissolved materials are not allowed to pass through this plasma membrane. They never be. Is it clear? Then next one is said to be, it will not allow any other materials. Okay, not allow certain materials. It will not allow certain materials. What does it mean? The needy materials are the cells. What type of materials are needed for the cell to survive? Such type of materials are going to be just passed through the plasma membrane, and unwanted materials will never be passed through. Is it clear? So like that here, that functions are going to be carried out by plasma membrane. Is it clear? So now plasma membrane is allowing water to pass through, then allowing certain materials which are getting dissolved in the solvent. Then it is not allowing certain materials which are not at all dissolved, and needy materials are going to be allowed through the plasma membrane. So that type of nature where that plasma membrane is selecting materials. Okay, selecting materials means what? All the needy substances are entering inside the cell. Is it clear? Is it clear? So that's why that nature of plasma membrane which is allowing materials to pass through, it is called permeability. Permeability. Is it clear? What do you mean by permeability? The process of allowing materials through it is called permeability. Have you followed? But in what way you have learned? The plasma membrane is allowing certain materials only. It is selecting the materials which are supposed to be entered. So that's why this plasma membrane is also called as a selectively permeable membrane. It is called as selectively permeable membrane. Have you followed? So now the plasma membrane is selecting the materials which are supposed to enter. So you know that in the first activity you learned like glucose or amino acids or proteins or oxygen. They are supposed to be present in the cell, or they are supposed to be transported from one cell to another cell. They are supposed to be enter. Is it not, children? So they are needed for the cell to survive. So such type of materials are selected by the plasma membrane to enter. Whereas waste materials, carbon dioxide, or undigested food material, they are not need of cell. Is it clear? So such type of materials are not allowed. So that's why here we call this as the plasma membrane is acting as a selectively permeable membrane, and that nature is called as selectively permeability. The process of allowing materials to pass through is called permeability, but that membrane is selecting the materials which are needed, which are supposed to enter inside. So that's why we call it as a selectively permeability, and the membrane is acting as a selectively permeable membrane. Is it clear to children? So like that, here you learn about the importance of a plasma membrane and how it is allowing materials to pass through, or how it is exiting the materials which are not needed by the cell. All that we have learned. So that is the reason here all the cell membranes of any living system, if we see, which is said to be plasma membrane, so it is having the flexibility. Flexibility is there. So that what we are calling that plasma membrane means living flexible membrane. Why it is called there like that, living flexible membrane? Flexibility is there. In what way? Allowing certain materials which are in need inside the cell, and not allowing certain materials which are not needed. They are sent out also sometimes. So that's why here that all living members we call as a living flexible membrane. Which is a living flexible membrane? Plasma membrane is a living flexible membrane. Is it clear to children? So with this activity, so this process is a filtration. So in filtration process, what you are learning? Filtrate, residue, we are observing. So in your homes also you are observing this process, filtration. Is it not? So when your mother is preparing coffee, tea, so we are using net. So in that way the residue will be collected, and only tea or coffee we are going to serve. Is it not, children? So that is observed. That process we call it as filtration, and filtration process is also going to happen in the living system. So osmosis, filtration and diffusion, another process is also going to happen in the living system through that plasma membrane. Is it clear to you? So in that way the plasma membrane is allowing water to pass through and allowing certain materials which are getting dissolved, and not allowing certain materials which the cell is not need. So all that is happening, and the nature of plasma membrane, if we see, it is allowing materials to pass through. So that one we call it as a permeability, and as it is selecting the materials to allow them inside the cell, so that's why it is called as selectively permeable membrane, or selectively permeability we call, and that flexibility is there. So plasma membrane is acting as a living flexible membrane. Till now you learned about the nature of plasma membrane, and why plasma membrane is called as a living flexible membrane. Tomorrow we will discuss about the functions of a plasma membrane. So you know some functions in 8th class you learned. So plasma membrane is the outermost covering of the cell, and it gives a definite shape, structure to the cell, like that you learned. So just now you learned it is allowing materials to pass through. That is permeability is there, allowing certain materials to pass, that you learned just now. And other functions are also there. So many other functions are also going to be carried out by the plasma membrane, that we will learn tomorrow. under functions of plasma membrane.